Uh, I'm not doing too well right now. I feel really, like, I don't know, deceived. Um, Deceived by somebody that I have really done nothing but support. Um, and this person in particular, they just did a live where they mentioned they mentioned me, and I said, hey, if people want to see the messages, I'll have them. They're uploaded. And yeah, I did have them uploaded, but more so I could have them because they're that bad. I didn't start reading them. And in fact, he started reading them and he only read the beginning where he was still being political and diplomatic and pretending like he actually cared about what was going on in this case. Now, let me just start at the beginning. In December, I started going live on J4J, and it's mostly because I heard Kim on there, and it got me all excited. I said, "Hey, I know a lot about this case. I might know just as much as they do." And I started calling in, and once I started making the rounds, I realized that there was a few other newcomers, and people were really, really questioning these newcomers, and I didn't know I didn't know why they were questioning them so much. And then eventually, once I realized one of them had connections to the case, I suspected why they were all trying to look into what he was saying so much. So I was on panel with Zav one night, and Larry popped on, and of course, he told his political spiel, his little Watts story, and I sat there in silence for about 20 minutes, and people in chat were even saying things like, Amanda's not talking, Amanda. And I said, I'm just sitting back, I'm just listening. I just want to hear what he has to say. And they said, well, what do you think of it? And I said, it's pretty far-fetched. But he knows that, and we can agree on it. Because we had been in chats together, and he had been mentioning stuff like this, and I had always told him, well, I need receipts. I can't just go by your word. I need receipts. I will need to see that, because I will always have questions. Prove it to me, please. So, I I still liked this guy. I peeped that he had a good picture and he had a nice voice, and everything he said it fit in so perfectly with what we were going for in this story. It just fit in so well. The NK thing. She got pinged at the house? What? We never heard that. That's crazy. Yeah, she got pinged in the house. She was there. They know for a fact she was there. She left through the basement. She did this. She did that. Oh, no way. How do you know? Oh, my friend told me. How did your friend know? Someone told him. How do we verify this? Well, we can't, because I don't talk to him anymore, and he doesn't talk to them anymore. Oh, okay. So what do we do from here? Well, from here on out, Larry said, we're going to get media exposure. I'm going to create such a big wave of this about the corruption in this case that it's going to get on the mainstream media, and then they'll have to look into it. And he started getting questioned on the panel that I was on about intricate things about the story, and he started going into her dad, and he started going into Anadarko, and that the DA had meetings with the FBI, Anadarko, and higher ups, and that they all decided to shut down the case. And he was aware of all these things. He knew all these things. So it was kind of intriguing to listen to him. And of course, in the middle of his spiel, but I don't have a channel. I don't want a channel. I never will make a channel. It's not me. That's not what I'm doing. And if I ever made a channel, it would be a boring political channel. It would just be something boring if I ever made a channel. Okay. Well, now that I'm here today, I realize that yesterday he told everybody on panel that, and he had actually told me this too, that he had asked Stephanie Harlow for tips on YouTube on how to go about having a YouTube channel. But he was going to go more so political, he said yesterday, and that she advised him that to not do Watts, that it was just crazy, and in his words, it was just a whole bunch of crazy people, and no intellectual person would cover this case. That's what he said. No intellectual person would cover this case. Now, mind you, he's saying that he met with Stephanie Harlow before he ever knew the Watts case, and that he was asking her about politicians' pages or politicians' YouTubes, and she told him not to do the Watts case before he knew about the Watts case. Interesting. Maybe she told him at a later time, but either way, one of the things he said was, I asked her for information on how to make a channel. And then what he said on Zavs was, I am not going to make a channel, and if I ever did have one, it would be something boring, like political. Larry, you do have a channel. You do have a political channel. You've been trying to get famous for about 13 or 14 years. You have 13-year-old political videos. You have a whole YouTube dedicated to yourself. Like 15, 16 videos, which is, you know, it could just be you being proud. But who says, I was asking somebody about how to start a political channel, and then who tells somebody else on panel in front of a whole bunch of sleuthers, I don't even have a channel. Well, I do, but it doesn't have anything on there. I would do something boring like political. Well, you already had that, and you flopped at it. It sounds to me like, just like a few other people, that you researched what was popular on YouTube. And it sounds to me like you made up this really good story to go with the island that made the most money on YouTube. And I say money. I know you're here for money. And I can say that without a doubt. You know why? Because anytime I talk to you, all you talk about is your revenue. And tonight you read our messages out loud, which you said that it was me that was going public with them. It's not. You read them out loud, but you only read the beginning when you were still sounding so nice, so pleasant, and so JustLarry. That's kind of what you do, right? You just talk, so where we get so befuddled that we don't know what you said previously. Because right now, you have all these people on your channel. Go, Larry! Yay, Larry! Yay, Larry! Go, go! And I was one of them last week. You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great. You're doing things. Thank you so much. I had completely forgotten what you had started here with. Why you got your soapbox to stand on. Because you showed up to YouTube with a fake story. I knew Nicole Kessinger was having a threesome with Chris Watts. I know for a fact that she was having an affair with a political person up high in Anadarko. Oh, okay, who was it? Well, I don't know that person. I think those files may have been deleted. Yeah. Wiggle my ear. I don't have any proof. But I will tell this story over and over and over and over again until people listen to me. He said one of the things he wasn't going to do he said one of the things he could promise that he was going to do was never stop until he got the corruption in this case uncovered, and, you know, he got the people that he knew were involved caught. But now that he has a channel and he has a following, he's done with this case. He's done. I'm going to the next case because this case is just so full of crazies. You got everybody you needed from here, and you're moving on to the next case. That's fine. But you yourself said that you're not a true crime person by nature, which is fine. Go ahead and pick up other jobs. I don't mind anybody making money. But I do mind somebody coming here with the false narrative, making up lies upon lies upon lies. There are people out there in chats right now that will tell you, Nicole was in the house. It's for sure JustLarry told me. Did he give you proof? Because JustLarry has no receipts. We should just call him No Receipts Larry. That's just what we should call him. When has he given us any receipts? And he was saying right now that the billboard thing wasn't for sure. Go back on his lives. People are donating money. This is for the billboard, Larry. This is for the billboard. I donated because I thought we were donating money for a billboard to call out D.A. Rourke or Ken Buck so we could get this on the media mass level scale so we can get the corruption uncovered. Did he forget about that? He hasn't made a political post in, 3 lives because he's too busy going after creators, women creators. And he told me, save your BS because 98% of the women on true crime are women. Yeah, so therefore you should have more respect for women because he clearly doesn't have any. And he went up today and he read the beginning of the messages. Now, he didn't read right above the messages that he began with. it was me telling him that I knew he was a good person and that I could see right, I could see what a good person he was, and there's certain people that you could tell they're not good people and they probably don't have their childhood friends. I could see you, Larry. You're a nice guy. You're a great guy. And he responded, yeah, that's so true. Hearts, hearts, hearts. We agreed with everything. We were really good friends. And I think last week was probably the best our relationship had ever gotten. We started talking more so on an intellectual level, channel stuff and creator stuff, and we started talking about collabing and whatnot. So when he messaged me and asked me, are you going to go do that Lana thing? I replied with a complete honest answer. I didn't think I had to tell him what was politically correct. So that's why right now when he read my messages, he was reading them with such astounding enunciation because he wanted me to sound bad. When I said Lana's good TV, she has the biggest live revenue. Remember? I said that because Larry bragged to me, Lana was my biggest live revenue. She's made me more money, well, since I've been monetized. I made like $600 on that video. I make about $1,000 a week. I only get about 30 subs now, but, I think I'm just peaking. But if I ever got 40,000, I think I'd have to do this full time, which is normal talk. That's normal talk. But he can't stop talking about it. He cannot stop talking about it. He will not stop talking about other male creators and their money. He's so jealous of other male creators and how much money they make. And it's very evident that it has a lot to do with money. He has asked me, I don't know how many times, to monetize my channel. I don't know why. Maybe so it can make him feel better. I don't know. But, to be completely honest with you, I have questions about the guy who said, I'm not going to monetize my channel, and if I do and I make any money, it's going to go back to my moderators. Yeah. If I get a good dinner out of it, that would be great. But all the money, yeah, I already thought about it. I'm going to send it to all my moderators. That changed a lot, didn't it? Once those super chats really started rolling in, he completely forgot who he promised them to. And again, you can do whatever you want with your money. And if you're a good money maker and you have a good game, spit it. But don't lie on people. Don't stand up there on your little soapbox, Larry, and make it seem like I came for you. I did not come for you. I was sitting at home, being Amanda, talking to her friend when he asked her if she was going to be a part of this mock trial that Lana asked her to be in. Now, Lana and I don't even have the best history. We're more so acquaintances, but if anybody has ever followed me, they know that I don't agree with anything that she has to say. In fact, instead of just talking smack on her, I actually just go and debunk her. I'll make videos. I'll go talk to her. I'll debunk her in front of her. I wanted to do this mock trial so I could once and for all prove that she was wrong about a lot of things. That has nothing to go against her. That's just kind of like when I jump on panel and I say, hey, Larry or Dave, you guys are saying things that are wrong because you don't know the case. Although Larry thinks he knows the case better than I. And I'm not saying I know the case more than anyone, but I know that I know it better than he does. Mr. They all died on Sunday night. Shanann was still at the airport on Sunday. Idiot. So what I'm getting back to is that when he started with this charade that he was going to do so much for this case and that he was going to show us the corruption, show us how NK got it all covered up, show us how it went further than just the political standpoint, that it went into Anadarko and oil money, and they were going to do a whole bunch of things. And all that has been forgotten because he's gotten his soapbox to stand on, and now he's just going after women for drama views because he says he's not a drama channel. But that's where I get most of my drama stuff. He's going after women creators. And not just any regular women creators, people that have supported him. People that gave him the soapbox that he stands on. So if you ever saw Larry initially and you saw the soapbox he was borrowing, he's gone against them and used that against me. He was so mad that he kind of, I guess what you could say, he kind of drilled himself into the ground. He embarrassed himself in the background with certain people, and he embarrassed himself really with all of us. We all knew he was lying, and I guess I could take blame that I just let him lie. I will. I will take blame that I knew he was lying. I knew the entire time Larry was saying that he knew all this stuff about NK and that he knew DA Rourke's source and all this stuff, but he can't tell us because he doesn't want to dox anybody. Homie, you need to look up the definition of dox, by the way. He didn't want to dox anybody. But also, this means that everything you were saying was a lie. Sue me, NK. Sue me. I want her to sue me. Subpoena me. Subpoena me. Sue me. I want them to sue me because then I could subpoena them. Sue me. Sue me. Sue me. So why won't you give us her name? Because you don't want to dox her? Or because you don't want her to sue you? Or because you don't know her name? And what pisses me off is that in his lies, he's discrediting people that have been working for years on this case and thinking that he really came in and did something. And he really says that. He says he came in and did something. He says, maybe this is what the case needed. It needed me to be the voice of reason, to let good, he put in quotes, good people know that they've lost their way. And that it's arguably muddier than ever, this case. And that if anything, he's going to shine some light on it. Well, it took you about a month and you're moving on to the next case. Why? Because you've got your soapbox, you're monetized, and you can say whatever you want. I mean, half of your show is you talking about you. I used to be a political guy. I used to be a political guy. Bro, you were fired. You were freaking fired from your political job. And then you sued them and you got arrested because after you got fired, you want to use their debit card at the gas station. So this whole, I don't have any arrest records or anything. Well, maybe you got expunged, but it's in the newspaper. You got arrested. And you didn't win a $75 million lawsuit. You won a $75,000 lawsuit. And then you, what do they say? You breached that by disclosing how much your settlement was. If anybody's ever received a settlement, you're not supposed to disclose how much it is. But he did that. So this guy is just, he's dirty, 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 dirty. He can't keep his mouth shut. He will step on any toe to get where he's going. If you are his close friend, you will feel right now like I am talking so much smack. How dare you? Larry with the good voice, Larry who will tell you you're a rock star, Larry who will tell you you're so smart, Larry who will tell you if I ever make it big, you're going to be the first one on my roster. I thought you had a bunch of PIs, Larry. You told me the first time I met you on panel that you had paid thousands of your own money out of pocket. Thousands to investigate NK, and that you were going to go look into her family, and that you had a panel, not a panel, I'm sorry, that you had a group of lawyers waiting to meet you the next day so you could find out what you could talk about NK, and that they were researching for you. If you had a PI, why are you coming to me for normal number reversals? I mean, I have questions about that. You really couldn't get somebody to do a number reversal for you? You had to come to me because I'm the best sleuther you know. Or so you said. So what I don't get is, where's all the receipts for this? I mean, he can pretend like, I mean, he's going to keep on saying, I don't want to dox my source. I don't want to dox my friends. I don't want to do that. I mean, the biggest receipt he came up with today was that he didn't get caught in a Discord. They caught his member in a Discord. And they caught his member in a Patreon. And they caught his member backstage. Larry had somebody in 3 places, and they're sitting up there and taking the blame for him. And she's going to probably say that she didn't do it for Larry, but she was sending it to him. She was in there listening to it. Now, it's one thing to spy, but it's another thing to use that against people. Lots of things can be said in private. Lots of things. People could talk shit in private. You are allowed to say whatever you want at home, but don't air it out. Larry is so angry that I won't shut up now. Because yesterday, as much as he's going to try to say that I attacked him, he saw that I was in a chat. He saw that I was chatting away with my friends, and he jumped on panel. And guess what the first thing he started talking about was? Drama. And I was like, oh no, this guy is going to jump up there to talk about what he's been arguing with me about for the past 2 days. So Larry came at me and asked me if I was going to do the Lana thing. And I said, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure, so on and so forth. And he said, I'm disgusted and anybody's going to do it. They're all delusional, all these women. And I can't believe you and so are posting about it. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Look, this has been done before. I've even been on, Dr. B did it, and Lana's done it before. I said, this mock trial thing, it's been done before. It's nothing new. I've been on, lives with Lana before, so that's not new. You really need to chillax. I told him, you need to eat a Snickers or take a nap because you're really getting your panties in a wad. And, this is kind of when he started getting really mad. Like, he didn't like that I wasn't going to listen to him. And right now he's sitting up there saying, I didn't tell anybody to not be a part of this. But that's exactly what he was doing. He was threatening me that he was going to make a live about all the people supporting it. And I'm like, look, Larry, I'm your friend. I'm your supporter. Why are you going to highlight me in a live? Because I was in a chat for 20 minutes and Len asked me to be in her mock trial that I had never even signed up for. Why are you going to highlight your friends? Why are you going to shit on your friends? I don't get it. Because there's no other creators involved. The only other creator involved that I knew was the judge, and he hadn't even mentioned him. So I felt like he was trying to tell me he was going to make this live about me. I'm going to talk about it, all the creators involved. I can't believe it. All these quote unquote good people. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? I had no idea what he was talking about. I really didn't. He kept saying these creators, and I was saying, are you coming at me? Are you going to do it to me? Like, what are you talking about? No, not you. And I'm like, well, who else is involved, Larry? I don't get it. He meant who he had been so offended that posted it. And the person who posted it, they're just our friends. They're really good channel creators, and they just broadcast everything about this case because they're in on the case to be on the case. They're not just here to peddle their own story. They will broadcast everything. And he was angry about that, and he made it seem like he was going to broadcast it so everybody was ashamed, but he was kind of trying to aim it at them. And I didn't know that that's what it was about, so I was taking it as a jab at me. And I was saying, Larry, what are you talking about? Please don't do this. Really, please don't do this. You're going to call out your own friends, like, what, And so I went to sleep crying that night. I said, you need a Snickers or a nap, but you are twisting your own panties. I haven't even seen anything about Kay having been involved. You're power tripping a bit, I think. He said, I have no YouTube power to trip on. I'm just Larry, but fair enough. Let it all begin. And I'm like, let it all begin? What are you talking about? So, I wake up the next day and I'm like, what happened with me and Larry yesterday? I fell asleep with my phone in my hand. Like, I didn't want to argue with him over him basically ostracizing me for being in a chat, which is so childish. Like, grow up. I'm a grown-ass woman. I could do whatever the hell I want. I could be in any chats I want. And if I told Lana I wanted to be in her mock trial, maybe I did. Why are you attacking me over it? And he did. He messaged me. He started reading the messages himself. He started on his message. So there you go, right? If he started reading the messages and started on his own message, it lets you know who messaged whom, correct? That's kind of that's what I get from it. If he's willing to start right there, then he knows that who started messaging each other. Because the last message I had sent him was this really, really nice message. I really had no ill intention towards this man. I really liked him, and I couldn't wait to jump on panel with him and talk and all this stuff because he has a good voice, and I call him Larry with the good angles. He seemed like a nice guy. I had no idea. I really had no idea what I was saying no to. I had no idea that he was such a power tripper that this was going to bother him. So he said, I'm at a doctor's, So I woke up the next day and I'm like, what is going on? Like, this already happened. Yeah, he was at a doctor's appointment and he said his blood pressure was so high over this. And I'm like, why is your blood pressure so high over this? Like, I don't get it. And then he was saying that he wasn't, he was trying to make it seem like, at the very beginning, he was trying to make it seem like he was just giving it as a suggestion that we not do this. Me and these other creators endorsing the live. He was just trying to make it seem suggestive that he wasn't that we shouldn't do it. And then I got messages from people that Larry was telling them that he was mad at me and these other creators for entertaining Lana. And I'm like, so he's telling me in a nice way, but he's already talking to other people, letting them know that he's mad at me. And I'm like, that's weird. And then, that night was the night Kato went live on poor Alex's channel. And at the time, we didn't understand what was going on, okay? And Kato went on there and she was like, NK got arrested, blah, blah, blah. So I got the link to that video from like 7 different people. So I was watching that video. And I tell everybody, I listen in the background. I'm always doing something, so my phone is always listening. I'm not always super on it. So I was just kind of cleaning around, listening, and then I hear, well, thanks, Larry. Larry lets Kato know that, thank you for being the last dignified women on Watts Island. And me and these other creators that I assume we all knew who he was talking about, or who he was referring to. We messaged each other. We all felt that spidey sense that he was talking about us. Trying to say that Kato was the last dignified woman on YouTube. So I did ask him that. I said, wow, Larry, say how you really feel. Right after that, because it had been hours since the last time I talked to him, where he made it seem like we were cool spool. He was just bringing it up. Just bringing it up casually, that he thought it was weird that I was gonna be in the mock trial or something. So I said, wow, Larry, say how you really feel. You do know we're all watching this right now because it's an absolute shit show, and they just announced NK was arrested. Now, mind you, he just went in there and told these ladies, you're amazing. You are the most dignified women left on Watts Island. And his next answer was, NK wasn't arrested. These people are nuts. Just to let you know a little bit of how this guy goes from one angle to the next. Literally. He says, NK wasn't arrested. These people are nuts. He just told them, thank you, ladies, for being the most dignified women on YouTube. And then he turns around and says, they're nuts. I mean, you can't make that shit true. You can't make it... you can't make this stuff up. I couldn't make it up if I tried. And I'm looking at my phone when he wrote that, and I'm like, what? And then he sends me this video, like a truther video on Critical K that I had already seen. And I said, why are you sending me this video? What does this have to do with you calling them the less dignified people and openly talking shit to me and everyone else you're mad at? This isn't about Critical K, and if it is, who cares? I've seen that video because I stay informed. He said, I care. That comment is sent about you. So right now in his live, he said that he meant that comment isn't sent about you. And to be completely honest with you, the first time I read it, that's what I read too. But when I look at it, he really did say it that. He said it like that. He said that comment is sent about you. It was a general comment about any creator that supports this mess with Lana and CK. CK is involved, and it matters because you roll with dirt, you get dirty. Just my 2 cents. I can overlook a lot, and I'm no angel myself, but I draw the line with this. I don't care if everyone hates me and leaves my channel. I never cared about that stuff anyway. But I'm going to make a prepared statement tomorrow about this. And if people still want to go down with that ship, I respect that. It's not personal. But we have 2 deranged people that have absolutely bashed these poor kids and Shanann for years. Now, quote-unquote good people are going to take part and even promote it while she gains money and supports it. Not on my watch. He actually said not in my watch. I already got in a blowout with blank and blank over this, and I don't care. I've always stood up to bullies and scammers. I'm not stopping now. This isn't a game. These people were brutally murdered. I don't care if I'm... And, this all sounds really good. I completely understand what he's saying. I'm not here because I'm on Lana's side or because I think Chris Watts is innocent. I don't think I've ever said that at all. So I don't know why he's telling me stuff like that. Obviously he doesn't listen to me if that's what he thinks he has to tell me. And he says, I don't care if I'm new. Maybe that's what this island needed. Because some of those that have been around forever have lost all sight of what's right and what's wrong. Yeah. So in case you've been around for forever, he thinks you've all lost sight of what's right and what's wrong. Have all lost sight of what's right and what's wrong. I said, do you, Larry? But like I told blah, 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 you can't come in hot stepping on the toes of the people who paved the way for us to broadcast the way we do. You can't cancel K. The Watts case is K. It's J. it's Teresa, it's Nessa. While you were in Utica chilling, these ladies were getting mind effed just to find out the details that you and I soak up every day. Also, dividing to conquer, it's been done. Think outside the box. And I said this because if you've ever listened to Larry, he talks about the art of war a lot. I've heard him mention it a few times. But there's only art in war if your opponent hasn't read the same book. And he's telling me he's going to make a live about this, denouncing any creator supporting it. He's got people some of his best friends were in this jury pool. So he was making it seem like he wanted to go at everybody, when in reality, we know, the women that he was messaging and being vicious with, we know that he was coming for us. Because he messaged all of us. Personally and privately, I message my friends asking them to please not do this. Privately, I message them. I'm not going to make it public. Meanwhile, he has a post talking about, I'm going to talk about the mock trial. He's mad at them for broadcasting about what's going to be going on in the mock trial. Meanwhile, he's making a live about it. So he's mad at them for having promoted it, for having said, they weren't promoting it, I'm sorry. They said, we're going to be covering it. And he was angry about that. Was it because you didn't choose to cover it first? Or because you didn't choose to do a mock trial first? Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Because you're doing a live about it. So you're saying you don't want to bring attention to it, but you have a live about it. And in the description of the live, it says, this is what they wanted. And he means us. He doesn't mean Lana and CK. He meant his friends, his girlfriends, the girls that have been nothing but nice to him. I have done nothing but coddle this man and love on him and be good to him and sick, awful people off of him. Because when Larry and I showed up, there was a woman that was going after him so hard. And then she started coming at me and I knocked her off her block for both of us. And that's when Larry really started shining. You can ask anybody. You can ask him. He even admitted it. Larry was already doling out. She had him in the corner because she had him pinned to his lies. She kept questioning him about his lies, about his political background, about all of this stuff. And I thought she was being a hater. She kind of was. But now I get why she was doing it, because he was lying about everything to get where he is. And as soon as she was gone, he rose to the top and he forgot about everything he had told us. He forgot about everything he promised. Now, if you don't think that I'm correct about this, you think maybe he might still have a source. He said in the first live that we were ever in that the DA, the district attorney of Colorado, knew that Larry, was on YouTube talking about this. And that he knew because they had gotten to his friend and his friend had gotten in trouble. And that's why his friend of all of his life wasn't talking to him anymore. Okay. So he said the DA knew about Larry. So why when a few months ago, some files came out and we were questioning where they came from and if it was about an open investigation, he was answering. He was saying, yeah, there's an open investigation. But wouldn't you say, yeah, there's an open investigation? I know because the DA knows who I am. They're listening to us on YouTube. No, because he forgot about that stuff. Because when you're a liar, you'll say whatever you want that falls out of your butt, and then you forget about it 20 minutes later. If I knew for a fact that a district attorney knew about me and had made moves to silence me, I would be gloating over it. I wouldn't have forgotten about it when referencing something about it a month later. But he did, because it's not a true story. Right? That's all I can get out of that. So I told him, think outside of the box. Dividing to conquer, it's been done. And not just that, I'm not stupid. I know that there are people that will try to pit women against each other. And this isn't like a feminist thing. This is just a real life thing. And I'm so glad I thought about this way early on when he was saying this stuff, because I kind of caught onto that. I said he's dividing to conquer, but I didn't know he was trying to divide and conquer his friends. I thought he was trying to divide and conquer the Lana CK movement and separate that. No, he was trying to get people to stop following these friends that he was going to blast that were supporting Lana when he had just had her on his channel. He was trying to blast his own friends. So if you guys don't think a friend would freak out over that, I mean, you're not a real person. Of course I'm going to freak out. He's telling me I'm going to go live over it. And I'm like, why are you going to go live about it? You're basically going to highlight me as a participant, and I didn't even ask to be in it. Well, anybody that's involved, if you want to. I mean, you guys have been listening, so he's clearly very controlling, and he just wanted to control what we were doing, me and these other girlfriends that he's so mad at. He said, my outside the box is just being me and being 100% genuine. No one owns the story except Shanann and these girls. No one. Blank and blank have nothing to do with this mess. This is Kay and Lana. And Jay already exposed herself. She's irrelevant. I'm not, blah, 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 blah. If people want to underestimate me or play hardball, so be it. I've taken on tougher and more powerful. I'm not going to sit back and watch people make a game of this. AKA the people that he's talking about that he's going to make a live about that are promoting it. I'm not going to sit back and watch people make a game of this. And I'm not canceling anyone. I don't have that power because I said, you can't cancel Kay. You really can't. And I'm not canceling anyone. I don't have that power. But I'll fall on my own sword to tell the truth and my opinion on it. If that means to all gang up and come for me, bring it. So he's saying that all these people are ganging up on him and to bring it to him. He messaged us privately. So if we're writing back to him and he takes it as an attack, that's good on him. But if you privately message 3 people about something and they're responding to you, or I don't even know how many people he messaged, because 5 people that I know of. 5 people. Messaging them, trying to tell them what to do. And because they didn't want to, he's getting really mad about it. He's saying he's not going to sit back and watch us make a mockery of this, which I completely understand. I don't want to make a mockery of this case either, of the victims, anything. And that's why I was teetering on the edge. But I didn't have to explain it to this man. He's not my daddy. He doesn't pay my bills. I don't have to explain anything to him. But I was trying to understand what the hell was going on. And I did tell him to eat a Snickers and to get his panties out of a wad. Because, sweetheart, what is going on here? Like, really? I say, you need a Snickers or a nap. But you are twisting your own panties. I haven't even seen anything about Kay having been involved. He said, I have no YouTube power to trip on. I'm just Larry. But fair enough, let it all begin. And I'm like, what? And I'm in bed and I start crying because my friend is telling me he's going to make a live about me and to let it all begin because nothing I'm saying to him is going to make him stop. So, 6 or 7 hours later, I wake up and I'm just like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't get it, but I'm going to try to understand. I woke up today with the thought, like, okay, last night, whatever we talked about, it gave me a huge migraine, and I got invited to go on panel with Zav, but I ended up just, falling asleep because I needed to sleep it off. Whatever you said in Caitl's live, that was really upsetting to me because as much as you're saying it wasn't aimed at me, you're saying it was aimed at the creators who were entertaining it. And I didn't sign up to be in Lana's mock trial. She put me in it. But either way, I did. Crap, I forgot that somebody's name is in here. Somebody's name who doesn't want to be involved. So, shit. I did accept it, and I did think about it for a moment in time, but I didn't feel the need to explain to you that I had already spoken with Teresa about it, and I had decided not to do it. But either way, I was still thinking about, jumping in or whatever. It's not that big of a deal, to be completely honest with you, and I think it has more so to do with the critical K thing, but I didn't like being called delusional. So I sent that to him when I woke up.
Look, I would apologize.
He would apologize.
Unfortunately, that comment was not directed at you personally or anyone.
He is, Mickey.
At some point, we have to draw the line. And, people could call me new and say that I'm a newbie and I don't have a right, but nobody owns this case. And I think this is a perfect example of even the good people have kind of lost their way. And if I have to be the one to fall on my sword and everyone hates me after it, that's fine. I didn't get into this for money, fame, or any of that. But I have to address this because I think everybody is literally falling off the wagon to even consider this. It's horrible.
So when he sent that, I told him, I'm taking a vape hit before I hear this. Because for some reason, I knew it was going to be some... I knew it was going to be bad. I could already tell by his tone the previous day that it was going to be bad. So I'm in my bed like, man, my friend's about to make a live about me. Because he's saying, I'm going to denounce any creator involved in this. And if you go to that jury thing, the only creators involved were me, Save Murmur, who was a judge. I haven't even gone to watch Lana's thing, so I don't even know who has stayed in it or not. But some of his best friends were part of the jury too. So I knew that he was meaning it towards me. Because he's saying, I'm going to denounce any creator involved. And I'm like, look, I get it. You're mad. But why are you going to make an announcement about your friends? It's not going to go against Lana. It's not going to go against CK. CK is not even involved. He has an obsession with it. I think he heard it in the Discord that he says he doesn't know exists. But I think he's just obsessed with all of us. And he will lie about that, but he really is. He is obsessed with all of this. He wants all of this. He's mine. I want it all. I want it all. Because he's even jealous of male creators that make more money than him. Why is money such a big motivation? If this is what you're here for, if you're here for this family, why aren't you listening to them when they ask you to stop talking? If you really are here for this family, when the R's asked you to quit, why did you keep going? This was recent. If you really do care about them. Because he asked me, what would Shanann think? Yeah, what would Shanann think? Her dad asked you personally to stop. What would Shanann think? Larry. Because I have questions. So, I say I'm going to take a vape hit before I hear that. And then I hear it and I'm like, fudge. What is going on? Like, this guy's over here trying to pretend like he's the savior of Watts Island. This is already what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, crap. This guy's thinking he's going to come save a hoe. We've all seen this before. He's just so new and so green that he didn't know that this stuff has happened before. I've tried to tell him a few times. Mock trials have been done before. They've been done by people that we respect. So, this isn't anything new. You're just being a dramatic queen. Because even though he's not a drama queen, he really is. So. Well, as much as you say it's not towards me, if you do say it, Larry, it will be like it's coming at me. Because I was involved at some point or another. Like I said, I didn't ask to be a part of her thing. But I was in the chat. So, are you really going to drag me because of how you feel for something I did in a 20-minute chat? And not just forgetting to add that I'm really the only creator who was added. Everybody else is just a sub. So, what's up? Is it me or is it blank and blank? The people that have been so nice to you and put you on your pedestal that you so lovingly forgot who put you there. So I'm not going to play the rest of the message because it's going to say their names. And I really respect these creators, as he should too. So I said, after I said that, he didn't reply. And I said, you really have me concerned over here. So I'd like to know your plan of action. Should I private my page after this announcement? I don't get the point you're making. I'm the only creator involved, so ... or quote unquote was involved. But either way, it was made public that I was involved. For me, Larry, please reconsider it. Unless it's me you're intending to ream. I just don't understand why you'd highlight your friends for the lynch mob. My heart hurts. I thought you cared about where I went in this journey. Or is it Amber? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. So I said, I really thought you cared about where I went in this journey. And I really did. So after he didn't reply, I just put, cool, thanks. Because he wasn't replying. So 5 hours later, he replies, I have zero intent on highlighting anyone. I'm just going to make a statement on how I feel about what's going on and how I'm disappointed in anyone taking part or promoting it. That's simple. I still love you all. I'm just disappointed, but I would never single anyone out. With that said, I'm canceling tonight's live. My neck is killing me and I need to rest. But if you watched Lana, she already did what I warned. A mock trial and witnesses with no other lawyers or judges to object. It's a total joke. And she placed NA in the house. I hope those taking part in supporting her are proud. And I said, well, I just woke up to a screenshot. I just woke up to a bunch of screenshots of you participating in her live. So he who has not sinned shall cast the first or the last stone? Question mark. He says, yes, blank sent me a link and made 3 comments and I got banned. I left. It was a shit show as I thought. So you were there. You were going to make a live about this thing that you were so mad your friends were promoting. You were going to get mad at people that are engaging in it. You are going to make a live about it and you can be there. Sounds legit. Sounds legit to me. What do you guys think? And then, so he said, yes, blank sent it to me. I went and made 3 comments, got banned. Left. It was a shit show as I thought. So keep your passive ass comments to yourself. I'm not playing this fucking game with you people anymore. I'm going to do me. Enough drama. I'm going to say the truth. If it hurts anyone's feelings, then look in the fucking mirror or come see me. And I said, for someone who says they hate drama, you sure like to talk about it on your lives. And he said, pick a side. You choose Lana. Good luck with that. Okay, Amanda. And I said, I haven't been passive aggressive. I've been nice to you being heinous to me. I talk about cases. You won't even go live. I said, oh my God, my supporters are asking me to comment, so I'm going to go shit on my friends. So that's what he said. He said that it was his supporters that made him do this. That they're asking him to comment on it. So he was going to comment on it. At first he tried to blame his supporters, and then he said it was because he's trying to keep the integrity of the case because he's the all-powerful voice of Watts Island. And then I said, I have more lives than you, Larry. They're just not on my channel. He said, I've been nothing but nice to you, but you yap to blank and blank, think they don't let shit slip, and they blow up about me going after Lana's fake trial. Someone has a guilty conscience. He goes, and then you mean the panels you've gone on? Laugh out loud. I put, yeah, because I was involved in it. And I'm saying that I had a guilty conscience about the mock trial because I was involved in it. I did tell Lana I would be in it. And when I was in chat, she offered me the part. And I said, yes, I would love to go up there and show you the truth about what happened with Cindy R in this story. Cindy Rose. Blah, blah, blah. I know her. I'm sorry, Cassie. Cassie. I know what the lies that she has about Cassie, and I would love to debunk them. I really would. So I did want to go up there. So I was embarrassed that I did entertain it. I really was embarrassed. And I didn't want him to go live about it because he would be highlighting me, somebody who really cares about the R's, somebody who really cares about Shanann and the girls, someone who's been on the case since the beginning and is really doing it because I really need to know what happened to these people and why. Because it helps us understand for future reference. I'm not here for self-satisfying. Like, this is literally science. It helps you find out what to look for so this doesn't happen again. So he said, I've been nothing but nice to you, and you go yap to blank and blank. That wasn't true. I wasn't yapping to blank and blank. He's just trying to get wedges put between people. He's trying to catch people up. But because I hadn't talked to anybody about it, or not like that, not this, I knew he was just trying to try to drive a wedge between blank and blank or whatever. But luckily, we're all very smart women, and we didn't, yeah, we're very smart women. We didn't fall for it. Thank God. And he said, someone has a guilty conscience. I said, yeah, because I was involved in it. He said, look, I don't do passive aggressive. I put up or shut up. You want a war? Question mark. Just tell me. And I put, duh, because he said, I said, duh, and I don't care. I was going to, he asked me if I had a guilty conscience. He says, does someone have a guilty conscience? I said, duh, and I don't care. I was going to do it. I'm mad my own friend is willing to highlight our indiscretions because he's a little brat trying to get the most votes. You already won, Larry. You have the big channel and you get the big views. No need to shit on your friends. And I can talk to whoever I want. You're coming for women who have done nothing but support you. A war? For what? For who? Against what? You are nuts. Get off your high horse, Larry. I spelled nuts wrong, so it says get off your nerves, and then I fixed it. Get off your high horse, Larry. He says, I came for no one. I'm expressing my opinion. I didn't say he came at us either. So, I did say, you're coming for 3 of your friends, but I didn't mean it like, well, no, I did. I didn't mean it like that. Because he's attacking creators because he's upset. But he pretended like it had something to do with his viewers asking him to do it. But we're your viewers too. I was your first super chat. I'm your sub, your member. If I'm asking you, hey, don't make a live about me, you should say, well, that sucks. It's gonna cram my style tonight, but all right, I won't talk about it. But this guy wanted to highlight certain people because he's a bitter Betty. And he couldn't back down. So I didn't realize I was making him mad by telling him not to do the live. I didn't know that he wasn't only trying to highlight me. He was trying to highlight other people that he wants to win the battle on. That he wants to win the votes on. And now in his live, he loves them and they didn't attack me like Amanda did. No, they're classier than I am. They are. But I won't shut up. Like he told me, I put up or shut up. Okay, cool, me too. He said, I came for no one. I'm expressing my opinion on the charade and stating my disappointment in anyone that is involved. If that hurts your feelings, so be it. And don't pull the woman card. 90% of true crime is women, so save your BS. You picked the wrong dude. Now, I've literally read to you guys the entire thread so far. How did I pick the wrong dude? Tell me how I came for Larry. Tell me how I messaged him asking him not to do something. I didn't call him and say, hey, don't be involved in this person's live chat because all they do is spew lies. I didn't tell him anything. I don't tell him what to do. I once warned him about somebody, but that person ended up imploding, so I was right. You know what I mean? I will only forewarn people about people you should be worried about. I'm not going to tell you not to listen to them. Everybody is entitled to listen to whoever they want. Since I've gone to the YouTubes, I've been fighting the war to be free, to panel hop, to just be a free bitch and be in whatever chat I want. I have fought and fought and fought for my freedom to roam. So this guy coming to me and trying to stifle me, it's not, for me, it only, like, instead of telling him I wasn't going to be involved, which I wasn't already, I had already chosen not to, him telling me I couldn't be involved was making me question him. I didn't realize that this guy was going to try to go to war with his friends. I didn't realize that he was going to try to embarrass us for being in chats. Like, grow up, you little man baby. Mooby. So he said, you picked the wrong dude. I'm like, what? I put, yeah, you're involved in the charade more than us. Commenting on it, talking about it, because he was in all the live chats talking about it. Because, it's all Larry, 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 Larry. I don't talk drama, but all I talk is drama. So I said, yeah, you're involved in the charade more than us. Commenting on it, talking about it, which is what you're mad at blank and blank for doing. But it's okay if you bring attention to it because Larry is the all-powerful voice of reason. Please, Larry. And he says, and if you think everyone has supported me, you'd be surprised. I've sat on so much shit that's been sent to me for months, and I'll gladly open my entire inbox to the world. They can see everything and judge who is nuts. So while he's sitting over there on his live panel saying he wasn't going to expose anyone while he read our messages out loud, because I haven't sent any messages out loud, I hadn't read any messages out loud until now. So while he read our messages out loud, stating that he wasn't going to expose chats like me, which he did, he's saying, I will open my inbox, his entire inbox. So if you've ever sent him a message, his entire inbox will be out there, which is fine. You can share whatever you want to share. It's your stuff. If you shit talk behind the scenes and you get caught, that's on you. Shit talking is okay behind the scenes. Talking is much, lots of people are going to fight. But you can't come out and tell people, don't talk to this person, don't talk to that person, don't talk to this person, because then who are you going to watch? These panels are going to be so boring if there's going to be no opposing views. Who are you going to watch, JustLarry? Only people that agree with you? Yes, that's what he wants. He wants the people to agree with him. He started getting demented over this and wanted his friends, subs, to only want him. He wanted them to look at other creators and think, oh my God, look at what they're doing. They're humiliating this family. But look at Larry. Oh my God, Larry, thank you, Larry, for being the voice of reason for this family. Thank you for stopping Lana in her mock trial. No, dude, shut the F up. Coming here with your fake NK theory. Like, we all want her to be there. Yeah, it's a great, juicy story. But this guy, he came over here telling us he knew she was there for a fact. And then when we asked him to prove it, he said, I can't. But believe me, no. You just sat up on panel and lied to 1,000 of your viewers the other day. And then today you went back up there and told them, I don't lie. Look, this is what really happened. But you told me that too. So you just lie when you want to, lie when you don't. You were on your panel saying, I pride myself on not lying. I'm Larry. Larry doesn't lie. Because he talks in third person. It's hilarious. Larry doesn't lie. Yeah, you did. You lied right there. Oh, well, I just didn't want to dox my friend. Oh, shut up. And learn the definition of dox, please. Jesus. He puts... Oh, he said, if you think everyone's been supportive of me, you'd be surprised, blah, blah, blah. They can see everything and judge who is nuts. I said, pick the wrong dude for what? ? You are losing your mind if you think I'm against you. I'm in caps. He said, I'm done here. You asked for this. Just remember that. So after I asked him, pick the wrong dude for what? You're losing your mind if you think I'm against you. He said, I'm done here. You asked for this. Just remember that. Yeah. I'll show you guys. Look. Right there. Right there. Pick the wrong dude for what? I'm done here. You asked for this. Just remember that. I said, I've done nothing but support you, but I'm mad at what you're doing, 100. And then I put, asked for what? Asked for what? Really? Asked for what? What did I ask for? Explain to me. Other than ask you to not bash me on a live. On a live that you were so mad about other people promoting. But only Larry can promote it. So that was the control issue there. And he was mad right here. Obviously, now I can tell looking back. He was mad that I wasn't bowing to him. Because I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not saying anything to make him think that I'm trying to go to war with him. Am I witty? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm witty. Am I a jerk? Yeah, I am. Am I a liar? No. Was I being honest with him here? Yeah. And for him to take that as an attack on him, he's crazy. He has literally lost his mind if he thinks me responding to his messages to me, because he started the whole thread. I had no idea he was even upset about it. No idea. Not one. Until he messaged me about it. And he's...